Hello everyone and welcome to The Sensible Thing. Welcome to our new maths section. So today what we're going to be doing is looking at how to factorise quadratics. Now, this is such a key skill in GCSE maths, and why is it important? So the main thing, what thing you're going to learn is that we do this so we can solve quadratic equations. Now, what we mean when we say quadratic is we say something in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So that's effectively a polynomial order 2, and a polynomial is just a combination of letters and numbers raised to different powers. So there's two main cases here where the coefficient of a is 1, and we have another case where it's not 1. So we're going to look at both in today's video. So look at the first case. So the coefficient of x squared here is 1. So we have our example here, x squared plus 2x minus 15. Now, the first thing you'll notice, obviously, the coefficient of x squared is 1. And how are we going to approach to factorising this? Well, first of all, what are two factors? Well, they're two things multiplied together that make something else. So, for example, if we set this, if we say that 7 times by 9 equals 63, we say that these two are factors here. So it's a sort of similar principle, but here, of course, we're going to have x's and natural numbers in our brackets here, and we're going to be timesing two of them together. So effectively what we're doing is we're saying, well, x plus a times by x plus b is going to be equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15, okay? And so how we're going to go about this is we're going to look at this x squared plus 2x minus 15, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a little table over here, and we're going to look at what adds to make 2 and what multiplies to make minus 15. In essence, this is the c term here. This is the bx term, and this is the ax squared term, as we saw in our general formulae for any quadratic. So we're looking at our b and our c here. So 2 and minus 15. So what adds to make 2 and multiplies to make minus 15? Well, that would be 5 and minus 3. Let's just check that. 5 minus 3, yep, that's 2. 5 times minus 3, yep, that's minus 15. So how we're going to do it, ever so simply, is we're just going to put x plus 5 times by x minus 3, okay? And then if we expand this, we can check our answer. So if we put x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus 15, x squared plus 2x minus 15. Is that the same as what we started with? Yes, that is. Okay, so this is the fully factorised form. Now, what happens next is, depending on what the question is asking, it might ask you to set this equal to 0 and then solve. If you were doing that, you'd say that you'd set each individual component equal to 0, and you'd get two solutions, obviously, because this is a quadratic, so you'd get x equals minus 5 and x equals 3. Okay, that's if you were setting it equal to 0. They might ask you to do something different. But yeah, this is the sort of general way of factorising if our coefficient of x squared is 1. Now, the second case is what happens if it's not 1. So we have a case here, so 7x squared plus 20x minus 3. So, how do we go about doing this? Well, we again draw a little table, and this is such a great way of visualising how to factorise. Our plus term, so it's just going to be the b component again, the bx, so the 20. However, our times component, so what two numbers we need to multiply together, well, that's actually going to be 7 times by minus 3, which is, of course, minus 21. So times the a component by the c component to get that, and then just carry the b component over like what we just saw. So What two numbers add to make 20 and multiply to make minus 21? Well, it's going to be 21 times by minus 1. And let's just check that. So 21 minus 1 is 20, and 21 times by minus 1 is minus 21. And so instead of just going straight to writing the brackets out, we're going to first rewrite our quadratic. And then we're just going to draw a line right down the middle where the two x terms separate. Then we're going to take out a factor of 7x. So we're effectively factorising sort of the normal way. So just taking a factor out, seeing what the common multiple is. Sometimes you just have to sort of recognise what multiplies to make what. And so we write x plus 3. But now for the second one, we have to make sure that this component inside the bracket is the same for the second one. And so as you can see here, we just need to take out a factor of minus 1 to get that x plus 3. And let's just try checking. So we'll re-multiply out. And we should get the same as we started with. Yes. And so all we need to do very simply is just take this x plus 3, which is our repeated term, write that out only once, and then take whatever we have here and here, and just add them together. So 7x minus 1, and that is our fully factorised form, okay? So, and again, they may set you to solve the equation. So here we would have x is equal to minus 3, and then 7x minus 1 equals 0. So that means x is 1, and x equal 1 over 7. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's answered a few questions for you. We're going to be introducing some more videos later on. But I hope this video has been sufficiently informative for you. And we hope to see you on our next one. Thank you for watching.